Let us return to the wilderness of our planet. And meet its most remarkable creature. Us. Follow the evolution of our relationship with nature. One that goes far beyond give and take.
天斗与野生动物斗出来的战斗民族。
In China, an epic transformation is underway.
你们就跟着我的脚步来，在这边要敬畏。
By helping nature heal.
整个金族群没有猴王，那么这个猴群怎么云集？
We reclaim the true wealth of all.
我们能不能用地球的智慧去火星上再去重演一遍？
Let's return to this land of diversity. Beyond the Great Wall of China lies an even greater one. Greater Xing'an Range. It shields the frigid blast from Siberia and traps warm, wet air from the Pacific, turning this land into a frozen kingdom. And only those born for the extreme can call it home. The reindeer. And their ancient ally.
"老儿子过来了，你咋不吱声呢？哎呀，你咋这么笨蛋呢？我叫德克莎，是奥卢古亚斯洛鄂温克的养鹿人。
The Urvanki are an ancient ethnic group in China, and the country's only reindeer herders. They follow a unique herding tradition. Unlike livestock that need daily care, Urvanki reindeer remain semi-wild. The herders let them live freely in the forest. Because these 150-kilogram giants survive almost entirely on tiny mosses and lichens. Through the long winter, the reindeer must keep foraging, keep roaming. Daksha's work is not to drive them, but to summon them home at set times.
你一般早上几点就得起来去走路
5、6点钟就走，春天啊，冬天就晚一点，7点。
Winter temperatures here can drop as low as -50 degrees Celsius. And the deep snow turns every step of the search into a true test of endurance.
对，
这到哪儿了？
哎呦！
还有一个到这儿了，这个。
我这都出不来了。如果说你迈这个腿，踩石上了才可以抬这个，要不然你着急抬你就扔了。
对，它底下可能陷下去。
对。
The Urvanki track reindeer herds by reading signs like hoof prints and feeding marks.
那个雪大了以后，我们的驯鹿就这么一个跟一个往前走。
前面有个领头的，
有
在这整个就划出一条道来。
对，
感觉离它越来越近了啊。
对，这回就好点了。
对，
这
个跟着它的路走啊哈。
对。
They use distinctive whistles and calls in their native tongue to attract reindeer. As the bells ring louder, more reindeer emerge from the forest. In the vast, silent forest, the Urvanki have lived alongside reindeer for generations.
我就愿意跟鹿唠嗑，尤其是一个人在山上的时候，我就上鹿圈里头，挨个问问他们，或者是跟他们问点啥，或者说点啥。
我给你换个脖套，
还会用眼神跟你交流。
这个多漂亮啊
A few hundred years ago, Daksha's ancestors migrated from Siberia to China's icy north. They hunted to survive and moved with the reindeer herds, forging a rugged, nomadic life in rhythm with nature.
我们的吃的、行的，包括这个搓骡子，所有这个用的东西都是这个驯鹿来拖，还有小孩儿要骑，老人也骑。那个年代都是骑着驯鹿搬家。现在我们是围着驯鹿，我们驯鹿吃的这个苔藓，都是我们搬家的目的就是找这个苔原多的地方，包括取暖的，都是取决于这个森林，跟森林是密不可分的。
With a rare gentleness towards their reindeer, they also carry the strength and resilience of true hunters.
可以说是与天斗、与野生动物斗，这么斗出来的民族，在中国这个版图上也应该称为这个战斗民族吧。
绝对的呀。
我爷爷、我父亲那辈儿就是阿穆尔河两岸打猎，到我父亲这一辈儿呢，是在大兴安岭的这个汉马自然保护区，这一直就是我们鄂温克人的家园，从来没有离开过。
Like many ancient cultures, the Urvanki face the pressures of modern life. With China's new wildlife protection laws and creation of natural reserves, their traditional hunting way of life came to an end. In 2003, with government support, the reindeer herders moved down the mountain, settling in the city, hoping tourism as a new livelihood. But away from mountain, reindeer began dying en masse. Captivity was killing them.
它不能下山，就是我们这个驯鹿呢，在山上没接触过，一旦传染上这个牛马的这个病，它死亡率很高，而且还快，急。
Only around 200 Urvankis belong to this unique reindeer herding branch. Without reindeer, their culture vanishes in silence.
你们自己本民族是有自己的语言，有文字吗？
有语言，没有文字，所有的这个历史呢都是口相传。
Culture rescue is underway. Reindeer are returning. They're guided back to hunter camps established by local governments along the edges of the natural reserve, where Urvanki and deer reconnect with the forest. The herds are beginning to grow again, sparking a revival in tourism.
把这一片保护起来以后，闲散的人员进不去，反而对这个野生动物也好，包括对驯鹿，应该是都有好处的。
Daksha has now taken on the mission of passing on their language, Rachel's words about reindeer and the forest life, through social media apps.
Bi awanki behem, kalau ya siat awanki, pagtando, arar baid kijam.
Her students are young Urvankis. Booming tourism has sparked their interest in reindeer herding. But only someone like her, who has had to choose between tradition and modernity, knows it's not just a job. Apart from the Urvanki people in China, the Sami, Nanis, in the circumpolar region are also reindeer herding communities. Modernization and climate change threaten both the reindeer and their habitat, endangering the fragile human cultures that depend on them. Losing a species is not only a loss of biodiversity, but also a loss of the peace of human civilization. Around the world, people have created natural reserves in response to the loss of wilderness. But it's more than lies on the map. In China's Qinling Mountains, logging of natural forests was banned in the late 1990s. The trees returned, but nothing grows on those old logging roads. They've been reinforced to bear heavy machinery.
看起来我们这个采伐路这么10来米不是特别宽，但是对于某些动物，就这么短短的距离，对它来说是有很大的天敌捕食压力，很多动物可能就不太往那边交流了。
Fragmented habitats block the flow of gene, pushing isolated populations towards extinction.
我们就开展了一个为期15年的一个植树项目，是在这样的一个环境里面进行植树、挖坑、树种的选择、挖坑的经验，都是经过了漫长的这个数据之后才开始。
所以经过监测呢，你慢慢通过这种植树，就观察到动物开始利用了，是吧？红外相机挂上，它过来的这种频次增加了。
Scientists are not here just for trees. They restore the forest structure in a hope to meet someone else. Blue-faced, golden-coated, snot-nosed monkey found only in China. They rule the canopy, born to climb, born to lead. But for the young ones, skill takes practice. And nothing builds courage like free fall. With everyone watching, hesitation is natural. but there is no way back. Just do it. Security? Checked. Smart kid, using bamboo as a safety net. One dared to go first, and soon others followed. This troop of golden snub-nosed monkeys host about 9 families. Each is formed by one male and several females. Like a human village on the move. But in one crucial way, they're different from us.
我们人是父系社会，今后是个母系社会。小公猴到这个性成熟以后，全部都要赶出去。我们再继续研究，发现整个金丝群没有猴王。那么这个家禽群怎么运转？发现家禽群这个家禽有等级的。
Females are the constant in family life. Husband's job is to guard the family's safety. And perhaps more importantly, to keep their mates happy. But females are not easily pleased. They demand care for both body and mind. Like grooming. A way to keep body clean and bound closer. Or simply, a long, warm hug. If a male fails at this, she may leave him for a gentler, more attentive partner. And if a bachelor is around, a conflict over her is never far away. A challenger appears. And the leader male already knows. This challenger had his eyes on a female for some time. He must defend his place. For loyalty here is earned, not assumed. Still, no one wants a real engagement. Any injury is a liability. This time, the dominant male prevails. The challenger retreats to a special place within the troop. The all-male group, a band of bachelors, biding his time until the next chance comes.
所以家禽组成的繁殖群和旁边紧跟着一个光棍群，这2个才完美的组成了金丝的社群。
After 30 years of studying golden snub-nosed monkeys, Professor Lee's team is working not just to understand them, but to map out how humans and wildlife can share the same forest.
猴群它一年四季喜欢的哪些森林，它需要多大的家域，就搞清楚了以后，我们才能画保护区。不然的话，你画保护区，你画的小了，你把它覆盖不住；你画的太大了，是浪费，你对人还有限制。实际上，这个矛盾就是发展和保护的矛盾。 我们做不到人家西方国家，西方国家它有保护区国家公园，它没有人。
More than 4 million people live in the Qinling Mountains. Research on golden monkeys supports targeted ecological relocation, helping minimize the impact on local mountain communities.
生态移民就是从高山移到下边来，高山种的那个庄稼，这个生产力也不高，到下边以后，平原经济收入也很好，所以人自动就下来，大量的给生物动物腾出来的空间。我们既要建国家公园，要形成绿水青山，但是我们要在这个里边生活的人生活得很好，那就是要变成金山银山。我们走出了自己的一条道路，就是生态文明之路。
Human beings constantly seek to expand their living environment. Now that quest has gone beyond Earth, into space. Here at the Xinjiang Astronomical Observatory, this giant radio telescope once supported China's Tianwen-1 Mars mission. But even as we looked up and outward, the planet beneath our feet still guides us forward. Tonga Desert, the second largest desert in China. There is nowhere better to learn how life survives in extremes. What seems barren, still, and empty is in fact teeming with life. Not them, but them. Meet Centrichia canenervis, the desert moss. Just 2 to 8 millimeters tall, often overlooked. Yet together, they weave endless stretches of biological soil crust, holding the desert in place. Without warning, this tiny plant revealed its hidden talents to scientists venturing into the sands.
我是听说那个有趣的是，张总他们过来的时候，然后不小心碰倒了一瓶矿泉水，黑乎乎的一下变了绿色了，变成绿色，非常震撼。
What you're seeing now is real. No fast forward, no special effects. These plants, seemingly dead, spring back to life in seconds.
大部分植物就丢掉自身30%的水，基本上就会死亡。你再给水，它也不会复活。
But the desert moss can survive even after losing over 98% of their water. So how?
它干的时候其实是发黑的，然后上头是有些
您看它
白
现在
毛的。
这个白毛其实就是它的芒尖，它的芒尖白色，反光降温，能够捕获大部分看不见的这种水分子，比如说咱们说的这种雾气，对吧？它就可以通过这个芒尖给拽下来，最后形成一个水滴，被人所利用。
Under the microscope, their hidden trick comes to light.
但是在扫描定下看了，您看它是一个扭曲的，而且上面呢有很多这样的刺和凹槽，是去保水吧和去快速的运输水这样一些通道。
On keep us alive through drought, but waking so quickly takes another skill. Generally, plants keep low-level sugars in reserve and only make more when extreme condition hits, a process that takes time. This moss breaks the rule. It keeps sugars high all the time, ready to spring back to life the moment water returns.
不确定什么时候逆境来，他做了一个非常 保守的一种存储机制，就像咱们存钱一样，随时存在那儿，等有需要的时候随时就拿出来。尤其你看到刚刚讲的富水是秒级啊，1、2、3，3秒就打开，3秒以后它30秒光合就能恢复60%，然后到小时级别绝对全部恢复正常了，然后你到3天以后它长了，都长一个新的植株了，都能肉眼可见的植株啊。
With awns and sugar regulation, this combination allows it to survive extreme droughts that most life can't. Yet the moss still astonishes scientists. The desert is not its limit.
我觉得这就是一种对未知的一种渴望，我就想知道你到底能达到什么样的一个极限。它已经是远远的超出了现在人们对植物的这种逆境极限的一个认知吧。
It has faced nearly every challenge Earth can throw at life and won. One cannot help but wonder, could it survive on another planet?
它这么不要水也能活，又这么抗冻，又这么抗辐射。这些环境是不是就跟我们的火星环境有很相似的地方，都是那么的极端？所以它有没有可能去做一些工作或者做一些研究呢？
To find out, the moss samples was sent to Beijing, where a unique machine awaits: the Planetary Atmospheres Simulation Facility.
就火星表面的大气成分、大气压力。 然后另外还有我们原来这个里面是带温控的，就可以模拟火星表面白天昼夜的温度温差、温度变化。然后另外我们也可以模拟火星表面的太阳辐照，这4类要素合在一起。
所以这个是晚上，然后白天这样一个
低温，你看它-60，
低温到-60，
然后高的到20。
Some microbes and bacteria can also survive briefly in Mars-like conditions, but a living plant means it can produce oxygen, which is scarce on Mars and essential for humans.
技术上的火星，我们不难想象，在这种恶劣的环境下，它可能也是休眠，它对氧呀或者拓殖、对土壤环境的改造，但是非常小的。但是你有了0才能到1，1才能到100。我们现在是从0走到了第一步。这最终的目标，我觉得我们是想去尝试和探索，把它真正的带上去，然后能不能去发挥它的小苔藓的生态的功能，改良土壤的功能，然后作为先锋去拓殖。
Let's not look too far just yet. The real challenge is right here on Earth. The desert, the home of the space moss, is suffering.
我12年第一次来这个沙漠来的，就是这种荒漠戈壁滩的这种形式。
就这10几年，你是还是会看到它的一些变化的，是吧？
对，比较明显的变化就是那边农田一直往这边开，到沙漠边缘上来，就这个过渡带，其实在10几年之间一直在缩小。重点就是农田。
More signs of human presence are appearing in the desert, seeking to turn what they see as wastelands into assets.
大家觉得也没有多少物种，对吧？但是你没有意识到的，并不代表它不重要。沙漠，它在干旱区绝对是非常重要的荒漠生态系统，也是我们需要去保护和探索的。
Without a desert on Earth, there would be no moss for space.
真正的是我们没有俯下身去看它，它一直在那，它只是现在才被我们发现而已。所以就是，如果它哪天丢了，我们可能都不知道。你永远不知道这些在逆境中生存的东西的韧性、智慧。
Some plants help us survive the future. Others help us thrive today. In southwest China's Yunnan province, at around 1,400 meters above sea level, lies an ancient forest of tea trees. And our guide into this tea forest is a Frenchman. William Osmond fell in love with tea in high school. That passion led him to Jingmai Mountain, a name inextricably tied to pu'er, some of the most luxurious tea in the world.
It's the largest ancient tea garden in the world, largest contiguous ancient tea garden, supposedly planted maybe 1800 years ago or so. First time I saw it, it looked very wild. It feels almost like you will see dinosaurs coming out of here. Tea growing in the ancient tea gardens, like this, what we call the gushu, tastes better than modern plantation tea. Typically, tea from those gardens is 5 to 10 times more expensive than tea from conventional plantations. Sometimes even more.
William once studied modern ecological farming in France. But here, among the Bulong people, he learned something older. Ancient way of carrying old tea trees with the living diversity of nature itself.
They would just come to an unmanaged forest, a natural forest, and cut the middle stage, so cut all the bushes in the forest. They would cut them, but keep the forest cover, keep the big trees. And then they will plant tea trees in the forest.
Jingmai Mountain has its unique underforest tea cultivation technique. The ancient tea forest is organized into 3 distinct layers. A ground cover, a middle layer of tea trees, and towering trees above.
You would think like the plants typically, they need sunlight to grow fast. Okay, but first the tea trees doesn't need that much sunlight because it's what we call a shade plant. The shade has one advantage, is that the spiders, they love the shade. They weave their webs between the tea trees. And that's the main defense actually against the big pest invasion.
Tea is the world's most consumed drink after water, cultivated across continents. In most places, vast terraces of monoculture tea reshape the land. But here, the Bulong people cultivate tea within the living forest, where tea gardens and rich biodiversity are one and the same.
有这些菜都完全都可以拿回去炒着吃，然后还有蕨菜呀，然后到有那个菌子的季节的时候，我们就会在茶地里面可以找到野生鸡中，这个是我们茶树上寄生的植物螃蟹脚。以前的话，老人还是会去煮着喝，就是当一种良药。这个的话，我们摘下来，我们会把它去清洗掉，然后又放在那个枕包里面做枕头。
This unique method comes with a cost, lower yields. Preserving tradition requires a deep faith in the power of nature and sustainability.
你们就跟着我的脚步来。在这边要敬畏，在我们古茶林当中，山有山神，茶有茶魂。Paya Island, Putih Pra, Kat Prahim, Masih, Kon Hadi, Yung Uit, กับปลาให้มวยกะก็ลาดยองกะเสกับเพียดปลาให้นุ่มลาแตงกี่รักใส่กระจุบเพียดปลาคนนั้นทั้งเย่กะตี
This is the Bulan tea ancestors' legacy. Every April, the Bulan hold a grand ceremony. They pray for the blessing of their tea ancestor to protect their forest and villages.
我们后人首先是祭拜的是人，保护的是茶树，得到的是财富。
Every link in the ecosystem is brought to life by the Bulan people. The king bee tree is a 50-meter-tall banyan, home to dozens of giant honeybee hives. The honeybee played a crucial role in pollinating the tea trees.
如果丰殖来的少，说明今年我们的收成很低，也许是整个栽植好像是不吉利，所以这个时候老人又到这个旁边来招风魂。
From 1997 to 2007, the price of pu'er increased tenfold as the newly rich Chinese looking to explore the health benefits of fermented pu'er.
It's only really during the 90s that in Yunnan people started planting massively conventional tea plantation, terrace tea plantation, because you could say it's a more efficient way of growing tea. They have a higher yield, and at that time what mattered is to produce cheap tea.
High yields and low quality burst a bubble, bankrupting many in 2007. When rebuilding began, government placed limits on plantation densities and pesticides use in key regions, following the traditional natural method. Smaller harvests of better tea brought higher prices.
And suddenly you've got people who come from Guangzhou, from Beijing, from Shanghai, and ask for the tea, and are ready to pay a lot of money for that. It's very much like wine. There is a wide variety of price. You know, the price of tea can go like from $2 a kilo in very intensive plantation to over $1,000 a kilo. You even see like young people doing the TikTok live streaming now. It gets very popular among the young people.
It seems that William fell in love not only with the tea, but also with the people here. This couple now brings their tea in ancient ecological wisdom to customers in Europe. But no matter where you are from, you don't want to miss this. Roasting tea leaves over charcoal, then boiling them in a clay pot. A cherished cultural heritage of Bulan people called roasted tea.
我们要把茶当作海洋，要把蛇当作船，船在海中游。
The terroir, it's a combination of natural and man-made factors. This we cannot change through agriculture. It's a given.
Across China, one of the most populous nations on earth, new wilderness is rising. People are once more listening to nature's rhythm. For our human stories are all bound to this land of extraordinary diversity.